Check, check, 1, 2. All right, ladies, gentlemen, welcome back. It's the mighty, mighty RSC, the Ringside Club. And like we always do around this time, it's survey time. So this week, we saw AEW Dynamite, Stokely Hathaway come out, introduced his people to the world. So we got a question regarding the firm. Will Stokely Hathaway's faction be around this time next year? I'm going to say yeah with an asterisk. Different cast of characters, but yeah, they'll be around.
I say no.
I say yeah, man. It looks good to me.
Hell no.
There you go. Chad Law sings the hits. Let's get the show started.
Peace to the gods, the Ringside Club hard. My name is A.O. Say you're the Rondadon. Blame Boogie while you at it, blame Chad Law. Kayfabe is dead, break the fourth wall. Whatever style, whether it's lucha or strong style. Come through the venue, fly, burn the bar down. Back to the pad, chop it up for the par. Ringside Club, intro to the squad as the show starts. God almighty, he's got a family, damn it.
Peace to the gods, peace to the earths. Welcome to episode 8, broadcasting live from the Empire Tri-State. We are the Ringside Club, and you're tuned in to RSC Around the Rings. It's a pro wrestling roundtable show hosted by the best four-man booth in the game. You can find everything you need to know at therinsideclub.com. And we'll take a quick pause right there. Make sure you check out therinsideclub.com. Brand new website is up. It's moving. You heard. Check it out. As far as the show goes, you can subscribe on YouTube, plus all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon Music, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Plus, you can follow us all social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure to tell a friend that it's them again. Before I introduce myself and then pass it around the ring to the fellas, I want to give a quick shout out. We are officially a sponsor. Welcome to the Bronx by We Are Wrestling. It's November 4th, 2022.
November 4th.
More information to come.
November 4th.
Shout to that boy Speedball Mike Bailey. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Darius Carter as well. But more information to come. You'll see that plastered across all social media, plus therinsideclub.com. But back to the show. My name, of course, A.O. Baker. My social everywhere at DJ A.O. Baker. That said, I'm going to pass it to my left. My man, Ronda Don. What's good, kid?
Yes, sir. I am Ron Don, and I'm back with you once again. You can find me on all socials at Ron Don PMF. Yes, sir. Let me pass it over to the Booganator. What's goody?
This guy said the Booganator. That was a next name. That was a next fucking name, Rhonda Dunn.
Yo, it's your boy Blame Boogie, everybody's favorite scapegoat. You can find me. Matter of fact, no, you can't. How about you check Chad out, man?
Peace to the gods. It's the chocolatier himself, Young Godiva, CHADLAW. I'm live and direct right now at the Ringside Club from the Lord Layer Studios. Y'all see the merchandise in the back. Outlandish activity, Godiva gang pieces, Chad Law merchandise. Go cop it up right now. The links will be in the bios and all that. You know what I mean? Right now, we cooking, though. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? Everybody's in a good stance right now. Our pre-pro was real strong. And we're about to give y'all some really good content in regards to this week in wrestling. It's been a hell of a lot, y'all. So much is going down in regards to WWE, AEW. You know, we've got a couple other events that are happening. I also am still the defending champion of the Ringside Club. You know what I mean? I still got to talk my shit. One time, I'm holding the belt. Shout to me being a great predictions champion, though. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made it. I beat y'all, like, fair and square on mad different times. Like, and I'm thinking, like, tonight, I might announce at the end of the show if I'm going to defend my title for Grand Slam or for Extreme Rules. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, yo, take it away.
Terrible. All right. Man,
Yo,
Yeah, I'm
listen,
trying
my,
to
my
think.
Y'all
money on
not y'all
fold is stacked.
y'all
You
not
heard?
giving me my champ is here drop because
You
y'all are
feel me?
just waiting to sneak and take my title from me. That's it. I feel it. I really feel it, honestly. But
All
it's
right,
okay
man.
though. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking my shit right now. It's the kid Younger Diver himself, CHADLAW. My boy Blaine Boogie right here, coldest on the graphics. So y'all see the graphics that we got? Can we pull the graphics up one time? Can y'all see this shit? You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at how cold these joints is, man. Episode 8, we here. This is the 8th episode. It's still early, but it's okay. We looking colder than a lot of your favorite wrestling podcasts. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? If somebody gonna talk that shit and be that Patrick Beverly for the Ringside Club, it's the kid, man. I'm here.
Listen, as
You
a
feel me?
famous philosopher once said, we're smoking on your top five tonight.
tonight,
Yes, sir.
tonight.
Yes,
That's a Fendi.
sir. Uh-huh.
That's a
Love it,
Fendi.
love it, love it. All right, gentlemen. The energy is lovely tonight.
You
Ringside
feeling
Club,
good?
absolutely. So let's get into these topics. We're gonna go around the ring. I'll bring up mine real quick. Y'all saw this past Tuesday. It was the 1 year anniversary of NXT 2.0.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, 1 year anniversary of NXT 2.0. Had some fire matchups. We have a brand new. The Bloodline just keeps collecting these titles. So we have Solo
they do.
Sikoa, the brand new North American champion, which is dope. So I just wanted to highlight like what are some of these favorite moments. You know, we're going into a brand new era. I don't know if we're gonna call it 3.0. What we're calling this new era? If
Man, it
it's just
said
back to gold.
3.0.
I was calling it. I'm calling it NXT white gold because you see, like, it's not black and gold. You got that, you know, got the white surrounded by the gold, a little bit of black in there. So I'm gonna call it the white gold era. But regardless, NXT's been around for a while. So I want to go. I'm gonna throw this around the ring. What are somebody's like? What is everybody's like favorite moments? You know, from NXT, from the inception of NXT, when it started out as that reality show, then it went into like its own promotion. I'm gonna throw that around the ring. Like, what's everybody's like favorite moments that stand out from NXT throughout NXT's
Okay.
history? So I'm gonna throw it to Ron. I'm gonna be completely honest. once you gets back to you, Chad, I'm gonna have to think about it while I was going around because I completely forgot. I introduced the topic.
I'm
and
putting
forgot to
together
take a
right
moment.
now. I'm narrowing down my top 3 right now. Honestly, which ones I'm going with.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As
I mean,
far as
there's so many. I mean, like that classic era when Sami Zayn was running wild. Samoa Joe was the champ for a while. You know, the formation of DIY with Gargano and Ciampa. I remember Ciampa when he came over when he was in ROH. He was an early favorite of mine. Absolutely. So I mean, like there's so many moments. I'm gonna say this. I think like one of my favorite moments would be Nakamura's like maybe his debut match, but I'm gonna go with Kevin Owens' debut. I really don't remember who he faced, but I remember Sami Zayn came down. He had a match later on. I think he was the NXT champ at the time, so he was defending that title. And then Kevin Owens came down. Everybody knew the backstory. The two of them were best friends, you know, grinding throughout this pro wrestling industry. They had classics over in ROH, that ladder match that everybody goes back to.
remember.
And then we saw Can't Trust a Snake. And all people, Sami Zayn should have known Kevin Owens was the snake. If that's really your man's, you know what type of character your man's got. Gave him that first pop-up power bomb. Excuse me, the apron power bomb. Took Sami Zayn out, and that's how the show went off. So I might name that. Might not even have to go around. I think that might be my favorite moment. The debut of Kevin Owens. Everybody really seeing what type of character. And then the very next takeover. It was either the next episode or the next takeover is when he took the chip off of Sami Zayn's shoulder. So I'm gonna go with that. Ron, what you got?
Listen, I got a few, man. When you asked that question, I had to go back and research a little bit. I got like 5 or 6 of them. But
Run 'em.
I love that we're all not gonna have the same answer though. That's pretty dope. Like I'm
For
pretty
sure.
sure none of us
Yeah.
are gonna have the same
Yeah.
answer for this one.
Good word. Because hey, you said 2 of them that I was gonna say. The DIY, Gargano Champa, that was quite a time. That Kevin Owens power bombing Sammy on the apron. But I'm gonna go with a few other ones. Definitely love the Undisputed era. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Love
Okay.
that. First of all, I love anything that was involving Samoa Joe because he killed everybody and anything when he was there.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's gonna kill you.
Word,
With the
word.
waviest music, I couldn't get down with Samoa Joe's music, man. Shit was different.
It
No,
was
I,
it
I
was the
didn't know.
Pharaoh Monch remix.
It was a little corny on the WWE side of things, but that's how Jim Johnson and them give it up.
Word. Um, the other joint was the Sasha Banks versus Bailey at the what was it? Takeover Brooklyn. That shit was
Top
fire. I
five,
think
top five, top five, top five.
facts.
Classic.
Definitely.
I think that set off some things right after that. And then I think my all time thank you. I think my favorite NXT moment was when they were, I forgot what Survivor Series it was, but when NXT invaded Survivor Series. That shit was
Mm-hmm.
That was
fire.
a little while ago, but that was a good
Yeah,
one though.
that was fire. I think that it was tied between that and the Undisputed Era um coming through. I think it's tied between those two that like my top tier favorites.
Right.
Uh, my favorite moments of NXT. So yeah. But it's too many moments to name, man.
Is
But
this our matches or is this our moments?
Whatever moments,
uh,
matches, what stands out? Like, what are
All
your
right.
favorites, favorite moments in matches? Whatever's clever.
Or
All right.
like I'm gonna keep mine short. It's pretty simple for me because I really don't think, and it's gonna probably be either an unpopular take or a popular take. I don't know, but I ain't really ever fuck with Shinsuke after this. But Shinsuke and Sammy's probably without Shinsuke and Sammy, I don't feel like we got a lot of what we got out of NXT after that.
Okay.
I feel like that match right there put them in Hollywood lights in my opinion because that match was fire. So if we're talking about matches, I'm going with that. If we're talking about movements and the feeling and all that shit, Undisputed Era had that shit on lock. You already knew what was going on when they were on the screen. It just is what it is. But if we're
Agreed.
talking about planting the seeds for the superstars that we have right now, you can't even stop naming the names. Look at everybody that's on top right now. They all come from NXT. Like if they're not from ROH, they're from NXT. So and most of them were in ROH too. So yeah, it just kind of
Yeah.
is what it is, man. So I feel like the Shinsuke Sami Zayn moment, and then Ron hit the nail on the head with Sasha and Bailey because I don't know if we knew at that moment that they were going to be as big as they were or are right now, but definitely that shit. You go ahead, Chad.
I'm going to go with a wild card. All right.
uh-huh.
Now, as far as a match, I'm going to go with an NXT North American Championship match. And this match, honestly, like I was a fan of a lot of the people going into this match. So that's why I'm picking this match as one of my favorites because it was such an era that like I would love to go back to it. It was the Takeover New Orleans North American Championship ladder match that essentially propped off the North American Championship, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Yep.
EC3, Adam Cole, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, and Ricochet. Hell of a
Damn.
match.
Yeah.
The crowd was going
Yep.
wild before the match even started, saying this is awesome. Like that's
As
a
soon
hell
as
of a
Chad
blend.
started talking, I don't know why it just popped in my head. As soon as Chad started talking, I'm gonna say it quick and get out of here. But yo, Keith Lee was champ in fucking
For a
NXT,
week,
bro.
for a week.
Yeah.
But
He was
he was
champ, but for a week.
bro. But
He
it was
was.
exciting at that time.
Yeah.
But all
It
right, bet.
was. It was. So like, the North American Championship match, which was won by Adam Cole, baby. You know what I'm saying? That was a really good match. It was a lot of good high spots, and it really popped off everybody. And I was big on the EC3 train, you know what I'm saying, coming from Impact and jumping over to NXT. I was like, yo, easily EC3 is going to be one of the future World Heavyweight Champions. I was mistaken about that one. Lars Sullivan pretty much ate a dick shortly after debuting on the main roster. The Velveteen Dream followed suit right after. Who's currently involved in some beef with EC3, crazy enough. Really wild that that's happening, but you know what I'm saying. That's just how it goes. And then Adam Cole, and Ricochet really held it down. Like that, some of their high spots was crazy. So I think that was a really, really one of my favorite matches, I would say, in NXT as far as the North American Championship goes. If I have to go for the world title, I am going to say, if I'm looking at this list and I'm looking at this, I don't want to count the NXT UK championship because it's not particularly UK. Although anytime Walter was slapping and chopping and power bombing anybody, I was always a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like Walter was always getting it rocking. But I'll keep it just straight NXT and not NXT UK. And I'm gonna say Andrade versus Johnny Gargano. Because Andrade at the time was wilding. I think all of 2018 for me was just crazy for NXT because I was so tapped in that I was just like, yo, Andrade is champion. Like, this is great. Him and Gargano were going back and forth. And that was really when people were wilding for Johnny Gargano to like, yo, he's going to do it. And it just didn't do it. You know, it didn't work. And it didn't work out in his favor. So
That's another fucking name, though, Andrade. If we really tried to go down the list of names, we would not be able to stop on the list of names, bro. I'm telling you, we would just keep going.
Yeah.
There's too many names that came from
It's
NXT.
super hard to choose, man. Yeah.
Yo, as soon as you said Ricochet, the first thing I thought of was when he front flipped out of the ring.
It's a Velveteen Dream, right? It was Velveteen Dream.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Like he front flipped and they had that standoff.
Yep.
That was fire.
That was dope.
That was fire.
Damn,
I'm
that was
challenging any of our viewers, listeners, to put it in the mentions, in the comments, whatever. Mention your favorite NXT moments that we did not bring up, because I would love to know. I know we missed. There's too many
Yo,
moments.
there's
Just
too
bring it up.
many.
I
It's too
want to know
many
your
to name,
opinions.
bro. It's too many to name.
NXT history could be like it's just pretty much its own episode, let alone a segment. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so much, and again, like there's different versions. Everything we just mentioned was from like the black and gold, right? The classic black and gold era. But I'm sure there's some dope mentions like Daniel Bryan, now known as Bryan Danielson. He was put on through NXT when he had the little thing with the Miz. We fast forward to this 2.0. I'm sure there's a couple of moments here and there. I mean, even just the match this past Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes was a dope match.
Fire.
You know what I'm
Fire
saying?
match.
Was a real dope match.
And now the North American Championship will be featured on SmackDown or Raw
might.
tentatively.
Yeah, like just when you see the bloodline come out and everybody
all the
is
gold?
yeah, dripped out.
I'm telling
down?
you, I'm not jumping the gun right now. I'm not even gonna say his name. We already know who we're talking about. But give my man's a belt. Give my man's a belt, and the bloodline is complete. No more
Eventually.
entries. We are closed.
Sami Zayn. Right.
We are closed. Yes,
Eventually.
we are closed for business. As soon as we get Sami Zayn some gold, everything is Gucci. Please pass the ball to Ron. There is no better time to do so.
Absolutely. That's what we call in the business a segue. There you go, Ron.
Yes, sir. All right. So I know a few weeks ago I said, Sami Zayn was Dick Ryan, the bloodline. And you know what? He still is. But at the same time, but at the same time, maybe set the record straight. It's not like I don't dislike Sami Zayn. I just wasn't feeling like the gimmick because I like Sami Zayn from jump because I started watching Sami Zayn from when he came into NXT because at the time when he was in ROH, I wasn't watching wrestling at the time, and I wasn't familiar with El Generico, so I need to go back and watch some of them joints. I only watched like a few of them, but I wasn't very familiar. But Mans came through NXT, then came onto the main roster. Man was, doing some dope ass matches, tagged with Kevin Owens again. He's doing some amazing stuff. Now he gets to this, and like I said, I wasn't feeling it at first, but after SmackDown last week, yeah, he got me over with him, man. Like just everything that he's doing with it,
Killing it.
Absolutely killing it. Like with the urban slang.
What was that you tweeted out? He had the Urban Dictionary in his back pocket.
Oh yeah, he had the Urban Dictionary in his back pocket, saying saying whatever he's saying. I think that's what
that was great.
Hey man, Canadians are hip. Canadians are hip too, bro. They could be hip.
Sit on the boat, man. Sit on the boat. Sit on the boat.
Yo, word.
Sit on the boat.
The boot.
So, the boot.
So yeah, man. So he's really making this gimmick work. So applaud this man. Top 10 dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely, man. So
you know me.
So a question I want to pose.
Give me my Jadakiss laugh. We got to get the Jadakiss laugh on tap, bro.
Yeah. Yeah,
Got it.
Zaynakiss. Zaynakiss is the name of the episode, by the way.
Where's Zaynakiss?
The nigga says Zaynakiss. Zaynakiss is a wild fucking episode, son. Zaynakiss is mad funny.
And I gotta give it up to Sammy's
Zaynakiss is mad funny.
Sammy's dap game with Jimmy Uso. Like I can't even do that shit, man. What's his name?
He said
Word.
Zaynakiss.
So the question I want to pose to you guys is, what do you predict next for Sammy in the bloodline? Like where do you see him going with this storyline? Because he's killing it right now. So
Mm-hmm. I mean, what's the prediction for the bloodline? Prediction for Sami Zayn, prediction for the bloodline. I mean, as much as Boog wants it to happen, I don't see Sammy capturing gold, man. Like all great empires must crumble at some point. So we have all the gold. Sammy reminds me, he's killing it in the way that Mick Foley killed it. To where like he can play like a comedic character and in 15 seconds immediately has credibility as far as somebody you should take serious, could possibly be a threat for a title at any time, because you know what his credentials are as far as inside of those three ropes, those four
I like
corners.
that take.
Yeah, he gets busy. But he's good enough that, if there's gonna be some funny, he's your guy. So predictions as far as what Sami Zayn does next and what the bloodline does next. Like I said, all empires are built to crumble. So we have Roman right now. He's not losing anytime soon. In fact,
At all.
yeah, I thought if Roman was gonna lose, the best time would have been in Cardiff. That didn't happen. I obviously got that prediction wrong. So he's not losing anytime soon. Matter of fact, he's going through WrestleMania. It's probably going to be against The Rock. I think what ends up happening with Roman might be like, a Rumble winner. He's going to lose to Cody, basically. Like if anybody's going to take that title off of Roman, it's going to be Cody. It could be at WrestleMania. It could be after WrestleMania, like a backlash kind of thing. And I think that Sami Zayn has a falling out at some point with the bloodline and teams back up with KO. Maybe they take those tag titles. I think that might be how the bloodline crumbles. And Solo Sikoa, he's still on the way up. You know what I'm saying? Like that North American championship, he's gonna be featured because he's a member of the bloodline. He's gonna be featured on SmackDown and Raw, coming out with them and supporting them. But he's still an active NXT competitor, so he's gonna do his thing down on in the white gold era as far as NXT goes. But yeah, I think that's what happens, man.
Yeah, I think Solo Sakai was a good ad, and him winning the North American title. I think that's gonna push them out to WrestleMania. And honestly, I really don't see them adding anybody else. I can't think of them adding anybody else. Right?
Yeah, nor should they.
So I think
don't turn that into the NWO, man. Like you got a real good core
man.
across all three brands now.
Nah, they really should not. They really should not be turning this joint
across all
into the
three
NWO.
brands. Like you got all three brands covered by the bloodline, so that's fire.
Go word, man.
All right.
So go ahead.
I just feel like, the bloodline obviously has more belts than fucking BB Simmons right now. So
This guy said BB Simmons. That's mad funny.
we see what's going on right there. But Sami Zayn, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call a sniper. And what happens when you have a sniper is you can put them fucking anywhere and they're gonna make the shot. It's what the fuck snipers do. They shoot, right? So I feel like Sami Zayn is like, I like the Mick Foley reference, and I appreciate that, but I do feel like Mick Foley, as much as Mick Foley was a serious dude in the WWE, there's only really two things we have for Mick Foley. We have the off-the-cage Mick Foley, and we have the Rock and Sock Connection Mick Foley. People don't really remember too much else.
Love. They don't really give Dude Love his credit.
So to me, I feel that, but I do feel like Sami Zayn in his WWE career has been such a facilitator that takes on any role they really need him to take on, some wild, outlandish shit that I feel like, in my honest opinion, that before this wedding or this divorce happens, we're still at the wedding portion. I think we got to get to the honeymoon now. The honeymoon is give Sammy a fucking belt. I feel like if Sammy has either the IC,
But not the 24/7 title though, bro. It can't be the 247, man.
No. But if we give Sammy the IC title what you call it, the United States Championship, if he gets either one of those belts and you got the whole bloodline holding up gold, I'm buying a ticket and I'm going to see it in person, bro. That's just what I'm doing, and I don't really go nowhere. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about it. So, in my honest opinion, no matter how long it lasts, Triple H has never upset us. That's why I threw. If you notice, my set design's a little different. Last week I did the same thing, but I got the the classic winged eagle in the back. I got the big eagle in front now. That's an ode to Triple H because Triple H is literally knocking shit the fuck out, ladies and gentlemen. We got to get a round of applause for Triple H real quick. Drop bombs, do something. We say it every week. We can't say it enough, but Triple H is really killing shit. So, all right. So with all that said, I do have faith in Triple H and all the hands on deck that Sami Zayn is going to be used properly, and we're going to get Sami Zayn with gold. And I'm kicking it to Chad. I'm done.
I watched SmackDown and was like, dude, this was the best Sami Zayn that, like, I remember at the beginning of the storyline, I was so against it. I was like, yo, what do y'all see the enjoyment in this? Because it's just pissing me off. And the more I got
You see,
slapped
exactly. That's
off
what
of
I
the
was thinking.
tequila, off of the Zaza, the Wawa, more things that just went into my system as I watched wrestling. I was like, yo, this guy's hysterical. This is really, really good content. Like, out of the, like, I think it was the Vince black cloud that had us all like, oh, God, like, what is he trying now? But now that it's gone and it's the Triple H era, I'm like, I can feel that Sami Zayn is having so much fun doing this. Like, he could have signed anywhere else and did absolutely nothing. And it would have just been like, it would have been heinous if he would have went to AEW or anywhere else during that little period where it's like, oh, is he going to sign? Is he not going to sign? He made the best choice. Him and Kevin Owens, I'm so glad that they signed and are still in the WWE because they are some of the corner pieces right now, man.
Think about this dynamic, right? You got Sami Zayn and you got Orange Cassidy. Hear me out real quick, right?
Where in the fuck is this about to go?
Both work their ass off, right? But as far as we've seen it, Orange Cassidy's a one-trick pony. Sami Zayn can do fucking anything, bro. And
Sami Zayn's a chameleon, man. He's a chameleon.
He can make you laugh, and he turns up and wrestles his fucking ass off at the same time. So to me, I feel like we're talking about top-tier talent that's in a top-heavy company like AEW, but who has traditionally known what they're doing with their talent and always does the right thing, I guess. If you look at the grand scheme of things, there's been some weird shit that happened, but, you know, I feel like Sami's going to get a belt, yo. That's all I'm going to say about it, and then I'm done. If he doesn't, fuck it. But I really do feel like we're going to see that.
Listen, Sami Zayn is a chameleon, and he has, touched all dimensions. You know what I'm saying? He's doing everything right now. You know what I'm saying? It's super dope. I'm glad I'm going to be watching to see where this is going to go.
No, seriously. I'm looking forward to where this is going to go. No cap.
Yo, who loses their belt first? Like, out of the bloodline? Who loses the title first? Like, out of the current holders? Usos?
Sikoa.
I say Sikoa. And it's going to all go down like dominoes. One after the other.
Okay.
I'll even one-up you, Ron, and say that Sikoa will be the first person kicked out of the bloodline once shit starts to go wrong.
Wow.
All right.
So Solo gets kicked out before or after Sami?
I think Sami is going to get him kicked out. It's a possibility.
I think it's the other way around.
I think so?
I think Solo, like, he showed him love. Like, you saw, like, he was the last person. Like, when Sami came out, he took the chair shot. And then later on backstage, he was like, yo, that was you? All right. And he dapped him up. I think, like, that was just showing him, like, all right, I accept you. And he's going to mess up. And Solo's going to be the one. They got him called, he's the street champ. He's going to be the first one to flip. Like, you thought Jay was the violent one. Solo Sikoa's going to be the one to throw him off the roof. Like, nah, you out of here, kid. You out of here.
I'm just curious to see how this is going to transcend with NXT. They needed this to, like, blur the lines for NXT a little bit. And I'm very excited to see that right now. I can't lie. Like, it's really going to show, like, all right, they're bringing NXT into the Raw and SmackDown realm. Will this be the intro for Braun Breaker to come back to Raw or SmackDown again? I think it would benefit because apparently all we're getting right now is NXT UK people that are coming in and just challenging him or making appearances and cameos when it's like, you got to just start integrating these things somehow, man. You got a bunch of talent that's just sitting on the wayside on Raw or SmackDown. Send him to NXT and just feed him to Breaker or something, or just bring him to Raw and just start integrating it all. I like the integration. Don't keep it all separate. Y'all already merged the two brands anyways. You might as well bring NXT into the fold.
Right.
I think like that's what they were supposedly trying to do when they did this 2.0. The whole idea was like Vince wanted the people that were in NXT to translate really well to, you know, SmackDown and Raw. So if that's the part that they keep from 2.0 going into this black and, you know, this white gold era, then we good. We got like a good feeder system. You know what I'm saying? A good AAA baseball kind of system. Yeah.
I thought that was going to happen right after they did the Survivor Series thing, that they're going to start integrating them into that. You know what I'm saying? But that really didn't happen. Why not do it now? You know what I'm saying?
So the answer to the question, yeah, Sami Zayn is Jadakiss. Ain't no whack versus.
Word.
Yeah.
Top 5
Where
dead
the
or
reverb
alive.
was popping too.
Word.
I can make it happen.
And that's just off NXT. Shit.
You
Word.
heard? Bug.
Yes, sir.
It's on you, kid.
Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. So this week I brought up what everyone was talking about the other day. Shouts out to Busted Open Radio for being the #1 trending topic in the United States of America with the unveiling of the PWI 500 Top 10 live on their podcast the other day. Shook a lot of people up, as it always does, but, you know,
Definitely
there's
did.
some names on there we've seen before, some names we haven't, some names we are happy to see, some names maybe we're a little upset about. So, you know, my idea is just to kind of throw this around the rings and get everybody's, you know, thoughts on it. But something I wanted to highlight myself before I throw it around, and, you know, you guys go ahead and give your 2 cents. I just thought it was super, super dope to see that 2 years in a row we have Bobby Lashley on the top 10, and not just the top 10, but if we take a look at this again, just take a look at this image. Out of that top 10,
Insane.
I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but as long as we're all seeing the same thing, we got a few African American gentlemen on this screen, and that's something that I think we could all appreciate in the world we're living in right now, but also in the world of pro wrestling, because that's just not really stuff we're used to seeing. You know what I mean? So if you take a look at all of these are worthy people. We're not just giving out trophies for no reason. Look at it one more time. #1, we got Roman Reigns. #2, I'm going to fuck his name up, but that's Okada. We got CM Punk. We got Hangman Adam Page. We got Bobby Lashley. We got the American roller coaster, Cody Rhodes.
Wow,
I can't even
pause.
see that small. Is that Bryan Danielson there?
Looks like him.
All right, bet we got
Yeah.
Bryan Danielson. Make my screen bigger. There we go. And then we
Yes.
got what's homeboy's name? I'm gonna fuck that up too.
Ayo got that one.
That's the God Sham God.
All right, bet
That's
Sham
not
God. We already know.
It's not Tanahashi.
No, that's Sham God, bro. Don't disrespect. Then we got everybody's favorite Big E, you know, and then we got our good friend Jonathan Gresham over there to round out the top 10. So, my friends, if we're talking about just the top 10 real quick,
Bullshit.
tell me who you fuck with, who you need up there, why you're happy with it, why you're upset with it. I'm gonna start with AO.
All right, so I just pulled it up also on the phone. Like, I'm not mad at a lot. I'm not really mad at a lot. I was surprised for one, though, that Jon Moxley didn't make the top 10. I think he was like number 11 or 12.
That was, just so we all know real quick, that was the most, from what I saw, the most popular voiced opinion about the top 10 from this past year.
Yeah, that was the
and
most
Seth.
surprising.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, even Mox more so than Seth, because like we talk about
Seth
carrying,
lost.
Yeah, talk about exactly. And the thing here, like the ranking for the PWI, if I remember correctly, this is kayfabe for the most part. So the way that they rank all these guys is not, you know, industry metrics and selling T-shirts and whatever. maybe it's tickets, maybe it's pay-per-views or whatever, but I think it's really based off of wins and losses and the way to actually position within the storylines. So with that being said, like Jon Moxley was a guy who literally just lost. So that means throughout the window that they would have been grading and ranking all these people, he didn't lose. So for him to be at the top of AEW and not crack that top 10 was kind of surprising. But other than that, like Okada and Roman makes sense. You know, Punk was right there. Like nothing about this. I'm not too familiar with dude that came right after Bryan with Sham God. I'm not too familiar with him. And the other thing that immediately jumped out to me was that again, like I'm not really sure what the window was, but for Big E to make the top 10, being that he's been out so long, I got to go back and look at what the window was and what the criteria, not the criteria, but what the window was from where they were judging everybody. But like, I don't.
It's certainly questionable.
Really get mad at here.
I don't think there's a lot that really holds to the litmus test. If we take a look and if we're applying the same factors to everybody, I'd really love to know what those factors are. I guess in my opinion, only because if we're looking at Big E, right? Big E's up here for a cup of coffee. Big E, obviously fantastic run, but Big E wasn't champion for altogether too long.
This guy was
but
champion for a cup of coffee. This guy wasn't even around for most of the year.
You could just look at
around for most of the year.
And like, Big E's reign reminded me a lot of Hangman Page's reign too. Like
right. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah, everybody was real happy, and then it kind of just fizzled out from there. Like the booking didn't really support, or the booking didn't match up to the win at all.
The common denominator for the two of their reigns was the phrase "better off chasing than being the one being chased."
Yeah,
yeah. It's always it.
Yeah, I mean, and history shows that it's a lot easier to book a heel on top as champ than it is to book a babyface.
How do you put Hangman Page above Jon Moxley?
I don't get
Jon Moxley is the realest nigga on this list. Let's be real. There's no man blacker than Jon Moxley on this list right now. The man's got an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
Do you understand? The man had to take some time off. Yeah, you might just knock his 3 months. But CM Punk missed 8 months, y'all. He missed the majority of the year. Big E is in a neck brace. I'm not understanding. Like, I'm trying to, like, relax and be like, yo, all right, I get it, the criteria. But it's like, yo, it pisses me off when Jon Moxley does not get the right fucking love and respect that he deserves.
Yo,
the man
Chad
is fighting.
Hard to get a ticket for Chad Master Flex night.
Bro, we are...
Bro, Mox is fighting for the world title for the 3rd time, son. The 2nd time in the same 30 days. Like, this is ridiculous.
Chocolate with the tear.
This is outlandish.
But here's the thing, though. People make a lot about these lists. They also make a big deal about Meltzer's ratings. Mm-hmm. Like, these are just opinions at the end of the day. So whatever their criteria was and whatever it was based on is what they do over at Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Whatever the 5-star ranking system is, that's what Meltzer does over at Wrestling Observer. So
all I'm saying is, what did Danhausen do to anybody to not make this list, yo? What the fuck, bro?
Was he not on the list or just not in the top?
Yo, you know what? Matter of fact, bro, we're just gonna have to talk to him. He could still be very nice and very evil.
Right.
You just gotta stop cursing people, bro. That shit be coming back at you. You know, that's what his problem is.
Yo,
karma's just coming back.
Who's in the mask? Who's in the red mask?
The red mask?
Yeah, what was that, number 11? The next the person before Moxley. Who was
right
that?
after
Wasn't that Sham God or that was Grandmama? Who was
the
that?
one underneath Danielson?
Yeah, that's not Sham God. That's Grandmama.
Yeah,
that's somebody from Japan, I'm sure. It's got to be somebody from Japan. But my take with it is, like I said, Mox should be higher, man. Mox deserves a lot more of that credit, man. Like, I'm sick of motherfuckers not putting that respect on Jon Moxley's name, man. Like, Roman is there at the top respectfully because of the streak, but like Mox should be like he should be like number 2 or 3.
To me, for things like this,
but he should be number 2.
All we have to do for things like this is just do the flashcard test. You put person A next to person B, and if they don't match up, then whoever didn't win gets the fuck out of here. And then you rank them like that. And to me, there's just a few people that don't rank next to Homeboy, and that it's not just because of Impact, because we've talked about Jon Moxley on this podcast before and not all agreed on shit. I'm just saying, John Moxley is a much better
March of the God.
ranking than what he is.
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. Drew
March of the
McIntyre should be
God.
up here, bro. Like, I don't know. There's people that should be up here a little bit higher. We'll leave it alone. Cardona, I'm not mad at, but
Cardona's not
it
the
is
worst.
what it is.
Cardona's
Yeah.
had a hell of a year. He's had a
I'm
hell of a
surprised
year.
about that, but yeah. Mhm.
The walking weapon, Josh Alexander's had a hell of a year.
Oh,
I think a lot
absolutely.
of them, the list is solid. Seth is a little questionable though. Outside of the character, he's just been a loser the entire year. And I think this feud with Riddle's finally bringing him back to that prominence. But at the same time, I'm also thinking like Seth does not need to be as high as he is right now because of
But
just the streak alone, bro.
I
Like,
will
the man
say,
hasn't won a match
if we're
until
gonna talk
recently.
about wins and losses, I also believe a stat should be who you put over. Because if we're talking about that, then Seth Rollins should be on this list because he laid down so that other people could fucking,
He
you know.
definitely John Cena'd his year. He turned into John Cena this year as far as putting
There's
everybody
some people
over. He
that could lose
definitely
and we
did.
don't give a fuck.
No,
But when Seth
100%,
loses,
100%,
it means something.
100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. We really only have one more topic left. We sped through this one.
Yeah, wasn't that much, kind of.
What'd you think about I ain't hear what you thought about it, Ron.
Well, if there was a criteria, I don't know. Well, let me say this: if I'm not sure what the criteria was, but I think the date range for this was, I think one from, I think I read it was July 2021 to June 2022. So I'm thinking that if Biggie is in that top 10, then I think it basing off that title run that he had and all the excitement around that. But listen, I don't know what the criteria is. I didn't have too many qualms about the list. I feel like Moxley should have
That's
been
a good
on that.
word, qualm. Qualm is a good word. It's not used
Yeah,
enough.
I feel like Moxley should have been in that top 10 because he definitely had a bigger year than Sham God. Although no disrespect to Sham God, obviously he did something to get up there.
Yeah,
Um,
how funny is it that
Listen,
That's his name, man.
Sham God. I don't know the man's name. Sorry, no
Yo, but
yeah,
disrespect. You
yo,
know what I'm
to
saying?
keep it a bill low, I can't fault who's on that list for me not being up on what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
nah,
tapped into
word.
New Japan all the time, or Noah, or Old Japan, or any of them. You know what I'm saying? And if he
Nah,
did
word.
something that really rang a bell or two, and if I'm not
Right,
tapped into it, that's on me.
Shame
That's
on
not on
me.
the
Word.
publication.
Shame on
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
right. That's why I said, listen, if Sham God got up there, Sham God got up there. Listen, I can't do. I can't do what they do. I can't get in the ring.
Yeah,
Listen, man.
yeah.
Listen. I walk in and break my ankle, man. So I can definitely
Skyron is
can't.
hysterical.
I can't do what they do. But I'm happy to see that Jonathan Gresham got on that top 10 because
Gresham got some
Octopus.
love.
while ROH was on their hiatus, this man carried that ROH title on his back all
Yeah, he
around
held it
the
down.
U.S.
He
and the
defended
world.
it internationally. He brought
He
it in
did.
to AEW.
hmm
Yeah.
This
So,
is
so
this is a complete change of topic, but because I have ADHD, it just makes so much sense to me for some reason. I feel like every week we should have a clip on here for like just a highlight of the week, a move of the week, something that really stood out to us, a moment of the week, whatever it was. And the reason why I'm saying that is because as Ron was just talking about how he can't get in there and do this shit, yo, could we please give a round of applause to Keith Lee for taking that motherfucking Canadian Destroyer? Was it Canadian Destroyer?
That was pretty
yeah,
nice. That was pretty nice.
facts.
Pretty nice.
Guys, I'm
Yeah,
pretty much the same size as Keith Lee, just a little bit shorter, and there is no way I'm doing a standing backflip. It's never happening. I don't give a fuck what you pay me. I'm never doing a standing backflip. Keith Lee's the man, yo.
He held it. That was fire, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was really dope.
yeah, that was dope.
Good match.
Yeah,
Insane.
But what do you expect when you put the Lucha Brothers with Keith Lee and Swerve?
Swerve.
That's
Yeah.
Swerve, man.
In all honesty.
And now
That
this
was a,
brings me to the next portion of Ringside Club, Around the Rings. The decision, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
uh,
It is in fact time. If Young
Jesus,
Godiva, the chocolatier
I
himself,
forgot about this part, guys.
This
will
guy.
be
I was trying to.
will be defending his Around the Rings predictions championship. All right. I hope y'all are ready. It's been a heavy decision. I was approached with the opportunity to defend my belt at Grand Slam. That is the event next week, taking place at Arthur Ashe in Queens. Will not be in attendance, unfortunately. Tickets are absolutely outlandish. Just ain't really in my ballpark right now. But we will be watching. It's going to be an amazing event. Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley 2, this time for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. The Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory 2 for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. A bunch of interchangeable matches, so on and so forth.
We're getting a little bit of hook action. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we've got
Bronson.
Hook and Bronson.
Action
Versus
Bronson.
2.0 on Rampage. That's the kicker. It's on Rampage. It's not on Dynamite. So we need
It's all
those
good.
Rampage ratings. You know what I mean?
Bam,
So
bam.
we've got that. Or I'll be defending my title on October 8th at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view in Philadelphia, which is currently slated to be headlined by Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross and a bevy of other lineups of a card. It should be really good, honestly. You know what I mean? Seth Rollins.
I also
Riddle, too.
predict the return of Paul Heyman because he's been on the advertisements. So
Good one. Okay.
Okay.
So, I'm
for that.
deciding. Ladies and gentlemen, the decision y'all have been waiting for. Tonight's episode of the Ringside Club, the Chocolatier himself, Young Godiva himself, CHADLAW. Will I be defending my Around the Rings Championship belt next Wednesday, the Arthur Ashe Grand Slam event, or will I be defending it at the Extreme Rules event in Philadelphia? Let me take a swig of this beverage real quick as I get ready.
this fucking guy.
The champion will be defending his belt October 8th at Extreme Rules in Philadelphia.
Boo.
Sorry, suckers.
Boo.
Y'all can fight over a mid-card title on the Ringside Club, but this belt's staying here for another month, it looks like. Yeah, I'll keep it here for a month till Extreme
Boo
Rules.
this man.
And that is the decision at the Ringside Club.
Chad, why even pass the ball, Chad? You might as well keep it, bro.
Just
Chad is Jericho. It's the Jericho Appreciation Society episode, clearly. I don't feel like we talk about Chris Jericho much, you know what I'm saying, on Around the Rings, Ringside Club much. But I think right now, after watching this match with Bryan Danielson, Mans is still one of the only few wrestlers besides Rey Mysterio from our era, the Attitude Era, that's still holding down and can still put up points on the board, effortlessly at that. So that's why I said this segment, we got to at least show some love to Y2J, the Wizard, Le Champion, the Ayatollah, Rock and Roller, Chris mother-loving Jericho, man. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the God, you know what I mean? 50-something years old, still reinventing himself. This man went back to a gimmick from over 25 years ago. Who knows what's coming next, honestly? I can't predict what his next gimmick will even be in AEW after this whole Lion Tamer and JAS thing fades out. Like or the Wizard. Like he's just full of surprises, man. He's full of
Might go
surprises.
Lucha. Go full
Lucha
Lucha.
Jericho. Lucha Jericho versus Rey Fenix, sign me up, actually. I'm cool with Lucha Jericho, actually. And him feuding with the... Because they're going to have to feud with the Trios champions at some point.
it's gonna be El
The
Jericho.
JAS is going to have to cross paths with the Death Triangle if they're going to get those Trios championships. There's too many in the JAS to not be going after the Trios championships.
I hope he hears this, and Ron, I hope you get paid. Book El Jericho, yo. El Jericho is where we're going with this.
El Jericho?
El
Holy
Jericho.
fuck.
El Jericho.
Book it, bro.
El Jericho with a fucking mask and the
Cut
tights
the check,
on?
Tony.
Yo, you
Cut the
heard it
check,
here.
Yo.
You heard it here.
Yo, somebody get Ronnie a copyright lawyer immediately. El
Yo,
Jericho.
do you understand the Latin version of Judas in El Paso, Texas is going to be fucking nuts. It's going to be outlandish, B.
He said the Latin version.
Latin version.
Who this in my mind?
Who this?
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be nuts.
This fucking
I
guy.
can't wait. Sign me up for El Jericho, actually. Sign me the fuck up for El Jericho. I don't even want to talk about any more gimmicks. I just want El Jericho after this run. That's it. That's all I want. It's El Jericho. You got to spark it after that one. El
Cut
Jericho?
my check, Tony. I'm just
Cut the
saying.
check, yo.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. After this podcast, I will be more upset if we don't get El Jericho than I will be if Sami
Yeah.
Zayn doesn't get a belt.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
100%.
I'll do you one better, Bug. If anybody wants to take El Jericho from us, we riding on you. Eat a dick, you heard? El Jericho gang over here, man. It's El Jericho gang. We made it happen. All right? I'm putting the ad up. When this clip drop, I'm atting Jericho. I'm atting Menard, Angelo, Garcia, Hager, Tony. I don't spam much, but these motherfuckers is going to get spammed because we need some El Jericho. I need Jericho, Ray Phoenix, Jericho Pentagon, Jericho Andrade. I need a whole Jericho Lucha run. Matter of fact, send them a AAA while we're at it.
Bro, if Jericho becomes the AAA odd champion, I quit, and we can hang our podcast up because we predicted it. Like, what is happening?
Fam, FTR are holding belts they don't even defend. What's the problem? Like, what is the problem? Jericho could literally be like, you know what? I feel like being El Jericho. Sammy, get over here. Let's beat FTR for these AAA championships, and now I'm the champion now.
Yo,
and
feud with Sammy Guevara as El Jericho would be fire, yo.
We're booking the next 2 years of AEW. I hope you know this. This is the next 2 years of AEW in a nutshell.
Cut the check,
Cut
Tony.
the check, Tony.
This is actually our resume for creative right here.
No, seriously. 100%. You know what I'm saying? We documenting this shit.
And this was
Make
live.
my check out.
Listen,
make my check out.
El Jericho was off the cuff.
El Jericho is way iller than El Generico.
Way iller. Yo, I want to design the mask. I'm getting on it right now. I'm designing the El Jericho mask.
A 54-year-old doing a 450 would be fire.
The El Jericho mask is on the way.
El Jericho is crazy. El Jericho is fucking hysterical. We got one. We got one, y'all. It's the Ringside Club.
Who's the Rock and Roll Express that is still going?
Yeah.
Yo, if they can do it, El Jericho can do it.
Look at the shape he's in. Man has abs, bro. He have abs a year ago.
Man. Come on.
He does.
Listen, Khan, make my check out to Ron Dunn. I'm just saying. Cut 4 checks. I'm just here. Get off that stuff.
Easy.
I'm just saying. Cut Ron Dunn. Man, make out 4 checks.
Yo,
we said it here first.
What's the question?
Get off that stuff.
Get off that stuff. This guy sounded like a sitcom dad. Get off that stuff.
Hey.
Get up.
You could be doing so much better.
I quit.
Just saying.
You're doing so much better. We want better for you. Your mom and I, we work so hard.
Get off that stuff.
Yo, facts. All right.
Ringside Club, motherfuckers. Follow us, like us, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, we might be at a show near you. Could be House of Glory. It could be AEW. It could be WWE. Who knows? But make sure you check us out and fuck with us, man. Follow us all. Y'all see the ats in all these boxes right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We the hottest new wrestling podcast out right now. I ain't saying names, so I'm not giving anybody else no free promo. But if they got a problem with the Ringside Club, we squadding out and we stomping motherfuckers' heads in. You heard? Consistency. Episode 9 about to be crazy. Look at our graphics. If nobody else talks this shit besides the Ringside Club, who else gonna say it? We got to big ourselves up, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Look at the way we came together from this episode 1. By episode 50, bro, we gonna be in Connecticut at Boogie's spot. You know what I'm saying? Literally in the room at episode 50. Like, yo, we in Connecticut right now. It's the live pod, you dig? We all crammed in here, but you see what's going on. It's mad Zah in the air right now, you know? We all got championship belts smoking Zah potting. What a life.
Yo, we are out, ladies and gentlemen. TheRingsideClub.com. Make sure you tap in. Once again,
I got one last thing, bro.
Oh yeah.
I just got one last thing, and then we're out of here. You know what I'm saying? Just something to leave them with. It's just give me. I need a drum roll or something. We just, in order to, we don't have
That
the
sound effect is
live
pending.
the live effects that I wish we had, but it's loading.
Oklahoma, Texas, New York, Philadelphia, around the world.
There you go, El Jericho.
There it is. Book it.
Got
Just
the
book
check.
Got the check,
Chad.
Tony.
Chad, I think if you want to
Fire.
pitch that to Tony Khan one more time, just so we could give it to him one more time with the graphic. Let him know how it is.
Yo, Tony Khan, Chris Jericho, Matt Menard, Matt Kennard, Angelo Dawkins, Angelo Parker, motherfucking Jake Hager, Jacob Smith, Sammy Guevara, Sammy Nettel, Tay Mello, Tay Conti, Jay Conti, Anna J, everybody in the JAS. Y'all see what we got going on. El Jericho is going to be the move, man. I'm telling you, we booking the next couple of episodes, the next couple of years of AEW. Watch this episode 9. Y'all going to see. That's it.
There's no way on God's green earth that the next Jericho gimmick is not El Jericho, or I promise you, even John Cena himself will riot. That's the fucking Ringside Club. We're fucking out. Peace.
We out of here.